I remember one particular moment when I was a little girl that taught me just how differently girls are treated in comparison to boys, that girls are judged and controlled and questioned in ways that boys never will be. There was one random uncle, a family friend, who came over for dinner, and when he saw me in my jeans and my t-shirt, he started making comments about how immodestly I was dressed and that it just didn't look appropriate. I remember instantly shrinking within myself and feeling so uncomfortable, so ashamed, and I just literally wanted to disappear in that moment. And honestly, that was not the last time a man made me feel like that. Things were awkward for a few moments, but the moment passed and things carried on. However, that comment really stayed with me and it continued to affect me. I remember the way that that moment sparked so many questions in my mind. What gave that uncle the confidence to speak to me in this way? Why was he even looking at me in this way? I believe I was in my early teens at that stage. Nobody ever questioned my two brothers on the way that they were dressed, so why was it that my character and sense of worth was so deeply attached to my clothes in a way that it wasn't for my brothers? And why did I feel so ashamed and small and insignificant? And why did I carry these feelings with me for so long? It was many years after that moment that I learned that actually that's a means of controlling women, making them feel as though they have to fit into a very particular box in order to be liked, respected, appreciated. When women feel the pressure to look in a certain way, to carry themselves and speak in a certain way, it really limits them. They aren't being who they truly want to be. They aren't researching and learning about the things they truly want to learn about. They are literally trying to become a caricature of what men want from them. And a lot of the time, even the women in your life may be pushing you to become this person because they want you to be attractive to men as well. The South Asian culture is very patriarchal, and so much of it caters to men. And so sometimes mums or aunties or women within the South Asian community or within South Asian families will actually place such expectations on women themselves, whether it's the younger girls in their own family or in other families. There is so much internalized misogyny there, and not everyone does the work to unlearn it. It's so easy to observe the way that girls and women are treated differently from boys and men in society, in mainstream media, in social media, in newspapers and magazines. They are judged so much more harshly. There is more body shaming, there is slut shaming, there are insane beauty standards, and there is generally just a lot more hate. It's almost as though there's this desire to pull women down, to make them feel small about themselves, to prevent them from being confident and outspoken, to silence them whenever they do experience any struggles, especially if they're rooted in the patriarchy, to keep them insecure by pitting them against other women or against insane beauty standards that literally no one would ever be able to live up to. If you aren't careful as a girl or a woman, you can end up internalizing so much misogyny. This will lead onto you becoming a shell of the woman you could have become. I've honestly received so much hate in my life, whether it was for my lifestyle choices, the way I dress and speak, the things that I do, the things that I write. I'm going to be completely honest with you, for some time it really did cripple my confidence, my sense of self, my self-esteem, and even my happiness. I felt so broken in a way. And dealing with hate, whether it's in person or online, can have that effect on you. It can make you feel as though you're doing something so deeply wrong, even though you may not be, even though you may just be on this journey of becoming your most authentic and successful self. There are people out there who will try to bring you down, and with so much more hate if you're a woman. I've come to learn that hate is literally unavoidable, especially if you are living as authentically as possible and making life choices that are true to who you are and true to who you want to become. The more successful you are, the more hate you will get, especially as a woman. There are so many people who just can't handle seeing a woman come into her power. If you aren't careful as you go on this journey of literally becoming your best self, you will let the hate hinder your progress. You will start to feel as though there's something wrong with you, there's something wrong with what you're doing, that you're not allowed to achieve. So you need to stop fearing the hate. I truly believe that to not receive hate is to not exist. If everyone in your life likes you, it means that you are catering to them. And it probably means you don't have boundaries, that you don't know how to say no, that you don't put yourself first ever, that you're a people pleaser who just lets people walk all over her. And that is not what we're about over here. That is not how you live a healthy and fulfilling life. This video is going to summarize the practical tips that I use in order to deal with hate. The answer really isn't about shrinking yourself or changing who you are in order to please men or other people. The answer is about learning how to become the most confident and secure version of you, and knowing who you are, knowing your self-worth, so that no matter what anyone says about you out there, it does not cripple you. Let's get straight on with it. I have 3 practical tips for you for how to deal with hate. Firstly, have a clear sense of direction. When you know who you are and what you want, you will not let people stand in your way. As a South Asian woman, I know so many girls in my community who were pushed to get married at a really young age, and that's not what they wanted for themselves. They wanted to gain an education, to become successful and independent and chase their dreams, but there was just so much societal pressure on getting married and having children that their parents would buy into it and then put that pressure on the girls of their family. Yes, there may be a lot of pressure there to get married or to live your life in a certain way, but if you have a real sense of what you want for yourself, you will not be so easy to coerce. Best thing you can do for yourself is spend time in solitude. Spend time with yourself. Figure out what your interests are. What is it that really drives you? What kind of life and future do you want for yourself? And as you start to spend time on that and chase that, people's expectations will not feel so heavy on your shoulders because you'll be too busy to focus on them. You can achieve a clearer sense of direction through writing down your goals, through journaling, through spending time in solitude, so away from people who basically put too many thoughts into your mind. And honestly, through learning about other women, through seeing their journey, through listening to podcasts, watching videos, even connecting with some of the older women in your community, seeing how their life panned out. Is that really what you want for yourself? The second practical tip for dealing with hate as a woman is exposure therapy. When I first felt that horrible feeling of people bitching about me or receiving hate comments online, it would really upset me. But the more I started posting content, the more I started to just going out, living my life as my authentic self, I honestly became used to it. It's sad, but I honestly think it's always going to be there. In one way or another, hate is always going to be there. Even in the way that people look at you, the kind of comments they may leave on your social media, the kinds of things they may say behind your back, you have no control over it, and you shouldn't try to have control over it anyways. It's healthy to actually just accept it. Just accept that you will receive hate. There will be people out there who just don't like you, and honestly, that's fine. That's okay. They are not your people. So accept that they don't like you and then just let it go and move on. Exposure therapy is honestly going to be so healthy for you. Just keep showing up as your authentic self. The people that are meant for you will gravitate towards you, and those who don't like you, who backbite about you, or who just bring negative energy, that's fine. They're just not your people. Just keep your distance. But imagine how beautiful it is that the more you show up as your authentic self, that you'll connect with people who truly love you for who you are. Those friendships, those relationships have so much depth to them. The third practical tip for dealing with hate is to detach. Literally detach from it all. It is not your business what people think about you. It is your business to become the best version of yourself, to fight for your success and your growth, to never let other people's baggage bring you down. And in this case, it would be their really hateful, limited views on women. And to keep showing up regardless of what's going on around you, regardless of what's being said about you. You need to keep showing up. That is what your business is. You can be the most perfect good girl, and people will still have bad things to say about you. That's just the way society is. The more you try to control the way you're perceived and your reputation, the more you will feel so anxious all the time. Because the truth is, you can't really make people like you. They see you from their own biases and perceptions and their own limited views, where they don't really see you wholeheartedly. They don't know you as a whole. They have like limited views of you from certain events or certain occasions or certain videos. I will always encourage everyone to be good and respectful towards others, but I will never encourage you to start people pleasing or change yourself in order to gain validation or acceptance from others. I know it comes so naturally to us as women because of the way we're socialized. When you stop doing it, you'll find so much more ease and progress in your life. You'll have space for so much more mentally. The way you live your life will be so much more you, so much more authentic and in alignment with who you really want to be. The last chapter is all about self-love. There will always be people out there to criticize your weight, your skin color, your style, everything about you, literally everything. But when you love who you are, that does not affect you. There is literally no one else alive like you. You are unique. And that is your superpower. It really is. Spend time to figure out what makes you feel truly happy and confident. For so long, I realized I was doing my makeup the way Instagram influencers would or celebrities would. And when I stepped away from that and realized, actually, I've got a different skin color and hair color, I need to do what suits me, I started finally feeling so much more confident in my style, in my appearance. So step away from what other people are doing around you, even if it's your family members, Every single person is unique. You do not have to emulate the women in your family. You can become your own person completely. So take some time to figure out the clothing that makes you feel confident, whatever style it is that, you know, really makes you feel like you're expressing your truest self. And when you're happy with that, you will not let others bring you down. Thank you so much for tuning in. I really hope you found so much value in this video. I really spoke from the heart and shared so much of what has helped me deal with all the hate that I've experienced throughout my life. Please do remember that you're not alone and that there is just a lot of misogyny out there, and people try to bring women down for their own agendas, to fulfill their own needs and to make themselves feel more secure. The hate that you deal with is nothing to do with you and everything to do with them. So please do not allow them to project onto you. Do not allow yourself to absorb any of it. Do not be controlled by other people's perceptions of you. Show up as your authentic self and really fight for the life that you want. Strengthen your sense of self, your sense of direction, your resilience, and it will become so much easier to show up as yourself with consistency and to become the woman that you want, to create the life that you want for yourself. Please let me know in the comment section below if there's anything that really helps you when you're dealing with any kind of hate. I hope to catch you guys soon. Take care of yourselves and lots of love. Bye.